It just keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better. And I know this. I know it for sure that it always keeps getting better. And because my name is Hope, and I have this perpetual sense of optimism, I say this all the time. I always say it just keeps getting better throughout the entire day. I say this. It just keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better. And it does. Thank you. It just keeps getting, even that has shown. It just keeps getting better. The compliment, it just keeps getting better. And I say this throughout the day. Thank you for the lives. Please share the live because I'm going to be on live for quite a while. I've opened a block of time because I have a beautiful story to share about how it just keeps getting better. Even me. How I look different today because I said, yeah, it just keeps getting better. So let me show up better. Let me show up differently. I feel great. It just keeps getting better. And I thought on Sunday, I said, it's going to be a great day. I don't know what is transpiring through the day. However, I know it's going to be a great day. I can feel it. I can sense it. There's something in my body that's saying this is a turning point. So, when I woke up on Sunday, let me start Saturday night. My intention was to go to sleep early because I don't know what is transpiring, although I know Sunday is going to be great. I can feel it. I know it. And I'm like, yes, thank you. Afternoon. It is 3:05 for me. So I woke up quite early on Sunday, like very early. And now if I wake up early, I'm just up. I woke up to the 3:30 or 4, which isn't out of the question for me. I love waking up early either way. However, it's Sunday. It's my day in the sun. And since I live here in Hawaii, I love you too, Los, and it keeps getting better. I'm going to keep saying that because you will see how it does. And I purposely make Sunday my day in the sun. Although it's Hawaii, most days I'm in the sun. Sunday, it's a day in the sun. Thank you. It keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better. So, when I wake up, for the other hopefuls that join me on my live, they know I have a very sheltered morning routine where I immediately journal. I do not sleep with my phone in my room, and I immediately go and put oil in my mouth to oil pull. And as I'm doing that, I'm lying in the bed and I journal just whatever's on my mind. Or my dream. But that's the first page, right when I wake up. And I started quite early this day. It was like 4, maybe 5-ish, because I put on some affirmations because I said it will just keep getting better. Today's a great day. I'm going to make it even better. Let me listen to some positive affirmations, which I typically do. And there had been some fear or worries that had transpired in my body over the week. And what I found is, as soon as I feel that, I start thinking the opposite. And I start saying the opposite. And I start journaling the opposite. So instead of how bad could it be, I say, how great is it getting? How great is this turning out? How perfectly is everything working out for me? What beautiful surprises are transpiring behind the scenes? How is this all working in my favor? Because if I have the choice of saying, oh, this is terrible, I have the choice of saying, oh, this is great. Something's coming out of this. And I know it keeps getting better. And how much better can I feel? And how much luckier am I in this moment? And what will happen that will make me feel good? That's what I start saying. So I was journaling these things, of course, constant optimism. And I have my oil in my mouth. I'm like oil pulling. Oral health is top notch. And I start scripting this. I am so excited about the beauty in this day. Today has been magical in all ways, and it keeps changing. I'm journaling this. So I fill out one page of that. Then for my morning routine, I do I am statements. I am powerful. I am love. I am optimal health. I am flexibility. I am feeling good. I am a ball of energy and light. I am captivating. I am magnetic. I just write all of this. I am having the best day of my life because I am. Why not? Of course I am. And I'm feeling good as I'm doing this. I just feel more and more inspired and magnetic. And like today, this Sunday is the best Sunday ever. Because it is. It's the Sunday I'm currently living. And the last day is also more scripting of I'm abundantly grateful for this day. I'm abundantly grateful for my healthy mind, body, and soul. I'm abundantly grateful for the beauty in this day. I'm abundantly grateful for every person I've interacted with that has brought an air of light. And every interaction has been helpful and useful and beautiful in every way. And then I do my 20-minute meditation. And then I jumped up. I was ready to go. I felt so great. I was ready to go. I made myself a cup of tea. And I said, yes, this Sunday in the sun is epic. So I prepared myself, and I knew that I was going to spend, if not the whole day, the bulk of the day just absorbing the sun, sitting by the water, listening to the ocean, just enjoying my day. And I love my tea. In fact, I didn't fix a cup of tea because my intention was to hop on my bike, which I love biking, and I love to exercise in ways that I enjoy. Not a gym is great. However, I love my rollerblades. I love cycling. There's certain movements that I enjoy. So I put that extra effort. And I said, oh yes, I'm shining today. I'm going to put on this little bikini top and my favorite vintage Levi cutoff shorts because I love vintage. I love Levi's, and I love a wear-worn pair of vintage Levi's denim. It takes work to get them to like the perfect frayness and the perfect softness and how they fit on your body. It takes work. In fact, you shouldn't wash them much because the oils in your body will help break down the fibers, and I love that. It takes work. So I have a perfect pair, which I love. And I was so excited. I said, yes, yes, yes. I love all denim, especially Japanese denim. However, Levi's is just my go-to denim, especially a worn, broken in pair of denim. So I found my perfect Levi's vintage cutoff shorts and my perfect bikini, and I make my own tanning oil and I put that on because I knew I was going to ride my bike to the beach. Thank you, 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 thank you. And it keeps getting better. I love 511s. Yes, my favorite are 512s, I believe. But I think these are 508s. Love, love, love. Keeps getting better. So I hop on my bike. I'm glowing. I'm shining. I'm just this golden ray of light. And I have my earbuds charged and I have my phone charged. Of course, it's on battery saver mode because I made the assumption I'm going to be out all day, may not have access to a charger, but it doesn't matter because it keeps getting better. And I grabbed some change. Often we have some change that just piles up, and I said, this change I'm going to use to go get a tea, which I love. I'm going to go and stop by Starbucks and get my favorite Earl Grey tea and enjoy my bike ride with my cup of Earl Grey tea. Now, I left at around 8:30 in the morning. I mean, I was prepared just to plop on the beach. And I got on my bike and I started riding. I was just like, the joy in my body for the day and just for everything that led to that moment. Everything that led to just me being on the bike with the glowing skin and the earbuds and everything is going my way, and I'm saying out loud, and it just keeps getting better, Hope. And guess what? It keeps getting better because I know it will. I don't know how, but I know it will. So I'm on my bike and I'm riding and I'm listening to Beyonce Renaissance, of course, and I ride to the Starbucks nearest my home with the change from my receiving jar where I put all my change to get a grande cup of Earl Grey tea. Here's the thing. Because I'm on my bike, as I bike up to the Starbucks, I just happened to get a glance at my reflection. And I was like, okay, Hope, looking good. We ready today. We are ready today. And it keeps getting better because I'm going to go get my cup of tea. So I park my bike and I walk in with my bikini top and my vintage Levi cutoffs, and I saunter in to order my cup of Earl Grey tea with the expectancy of just clearing out all of this change from my receivable from when I enter my home. So there was a person who was before me, and the young man looked really disheveled. The young man appeared to be going through something. And the other people in Starbucks did not want to be close or speak to him. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. I don't do any chilled tea. No, Earl Grey, hot. Thank you. Please and thank you. And the disheveled young man was before me and just ordered a water. And as I approached the counter, hello, the person working at the counter had said, "Oh, young man, your cup of water is ready." And he didn't really hear her. It appeared that maybe he was in his own world. And what I picked up was she may not have felt comfortable to say again, "Your ice water is ready," or approach him. And no one else in the Starbucks did either. And so I grabbed the ice water and I said, "Sir, I believe this is yours." And he said, thank you." And even within his look and saying thank you, what I felt was just the acknowledgement of this human being that the others have not acknowledged for whatever reason. For whatever reason, brought something to him. Because it appeared that I had seen him. I saw the human element. And I caught it. And I said, "Oh yeah, it's getting better. It's getting better in the moment." And so now it was my turn to order. And the young woman at the register said, what would you like to order? And I said, well, first, tell me how you're feeling. Because I really want to know, not like, how are you? No. What is the best thing of your day in this moment? Just tell me. I'm actually engaged with you. I'm not just here for this transaction. Tell me, what has been the pinnacle of your day? She said, well, I heard my favorite song right when I woke up randomly. I said, that's fantastic. That's great. I am so happy for you. That's great. And the day is getting better. And I would like to order a grande cup of Earl Grey tea. She said, okay, is that all? I said, yes. However, I would like one bag with me to go and one bag in the water. We don't do the double bags. It's like overdue. So that's my only modification. She said, okay. She gave me the total. And I pulled out the change from my little receival bowl and I counted it out because it was just a clearing. Like, let me just take this change. Often it'll just pile up. And I like to purposely release these things. It's here. It's actually spendable money. Let me just take this. Instead of always just assuming, let me use my card, my phone, whatever. I'll use this change. And I counted out the change and I was 1 penny short. Can you believe it? Exactly 1 penny short of the total for my tea. And I said, oh my gosh, I just grabbed all the, you know what? I'll just use my Apple Pay because I could just use the Apple Pay. She said, no, that's okay. I said, and it keeps getting better. Thank you. Because even in that moment, although it's 1 penny for me, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's not about the amount. It's the fact that I just received a gift. Whether it's 1 penny or more than 1 penny, it's an exchange. That did not have to happen, and it did, even with 1 penny. And I love these little joys in life. So I'm so excited, like, it's getting better. It's always getting better. Thank you. She said, of course. She was so happy. I think she caught some of my energy. Yes, exactly, as it should. That means you're putting it out, and that's exactly what should happen to you. It's exactly what happens to me, and I was so excited, especially with my tea. So, it's already getting better. And I keep saying, oh my gosh, I grabbed my tea, and they said, here you go, Hope. And I said, thank you. It's getting better. The day is always getting better. And I walked out and I said, look at this. And it keeps getting better. So I have a bag on my bike. It fits on the side, and that's where I put my beach towel and my tea and my water. It was fantastic. I put my tea there and I said, Hope, ooh, today is getting good. And so I start off writing. And as I start writing, I just feel amazing. Like absolutely amazing. Not only do I have my tea, I'm on my bike, I'm looking good, I'm glowing. I even tell the universe, you're welcome. Listen, the fact that someone gets to see this beautiful golden frame on my bike going to the beach, I'm typically singing. I typically have this big smile. So you just ride by and you see me and yes, you're welcome. It's just this joyous feeling and I'm feeling great. So I take the bike path and it's about a, let's say give or take 4 to 6 mile bike ride. And it's quite early. It's before 9 a.m. No, I never double the tea bags. That's just overdue. That's not, for me, that's not properly handling the tea. As someone who lived in London for several years, and I'm quite a tea connoisseur, no, 1 at a time. 2 is too much. That's a couple. We only need a single here. We don't need a double. We can have that one later. Just 1 is good. Just one, okay? Just one. So I'm riding and I have my tea and I take a sip and I'm like, oh, it's too hot. I'll put it back in the bag and I will drink some later in my bike ride. Because the winds are hitting me like it's resistance. And I'm thinking, oh, this is great. I'm really working out my glutes and my legs and I get to stand up and pedal. Like, to me, it's a whole event. Instead of me complaining and saying this is so hard, this is so difficult, why is what? No, this is great. This is great. I'm getting such a great workout, and then I'm going to the beach, and yes, and I have my tea. Like, it's a combination of great things, and it's only getting better. And as I'm looking around, I'm seeing the abundance in all ways. Because I remind myself to look around. At times, I'm so focused on getting to where I need to be, I don't focus on what I'm passing. There's an abundance of blossoms and flowers and colors and radiance that is all around me. There's an abundance of plants and leaves that is all around me. There's an abundance of fruit that is abundantly growing everywhere that's all around me. And for me to consciously look and see the abundance in all ways is a gift for me. And so as I'm seeing this, I'm saying, see the abundance of life? Life is so abundant in all ways when I consciously look around to see it, when I consciously am aware of it, when I consciously say I'm thankful for the appearance of it, I'm thankful for the abundance in every way in my life. For what I'm seeing, for what I'm feeling, for my tea, for my muscles, for my life, for my health, for the day forward, for this moment. And as I'm riding, then the wind kind of stops and I'm like, geez, it is really getting better. I don't really have that resistance. I have a light breeze and it's fantastic. And so as I continue towards the beach, really, it was perfect in every way. The sun was out and I finally get to the beach. And this is just maybe after 9. So maybe closer to 9:30. It was before 10. And I lock up my bike and I'm already so excited that I made this wonderful bike ride towards the beach. And I always wear closed-toed shoes when I'm riding my bike. It's a safety precaution. I think it's always said to wear closed-toed shoes, although I'm often in Birkenstocks. But for my bike ride, for my own safety and the safety of my beautiful toes and toenails, I have my closed-toed shoes. But I'm at the beach, so those go in the bag and the Birkenstocks come out. So put on my Birkenstocks, I'm ready to hit the sand. So I saunter towards the sand and I just stand for a moment and say, wow, today is just a beautiful day. Like, it's beautiful and it keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better. And I stand and I just look at the different variations of blues in the ocean. And the different bodies on the beach and the different dogs. I don't currently have a dog and I love dogs, but I saw these 2 dogs and they look like something from a different world. Those dogs were like 8 feet tall. They were huge. And I just stood there like, those are really big dogs. Like, what is that? Those dogs are ridiculously huge. What is this? Like, I'm just looking at these dogs like, are those dogs? What are they? They are huge. They were bigger than Great Danes. They were huge dogs. And beside these little Chihuahua mixes, they They looked like they were from not this planet. They were just a creature I've never seen. However, the beauty in all of that, all the different dogs and people walking on the beach. So after I picked my jaw up from just like, look at those dogs, from just staring at the dogs, I say, okay, where am I going to park myself? Should I park myself to the left? Let me park myself to the right. Because at this beach, there's a somewhat protected area where the waves don't become too high. And I found the most perfect spot, and I laid down my towel, and I laid down my bag, and I even bring my incense, and I like light an incense and put it in the sand, and it's there. I make my space mine. And even more so, I have my tea. Even more so, I have my tea with me. So I strip down and I put my oil on for the sun because I really was excited about just absorbing those rays of sun. And I had not jumped into the ocean since I buzzed off my hair, which I had been dreaming about. Like exactly. Let me preference that. My Earl Grey. No. Oh, I bring my incense everywhere. Of course, we got to set the space, honey. We got to set the space. We have to clear the space. We have to bring in the energy. It's all of that. All the time. I keep them with me all the time, right? At this time, I had Dragon's Blood incense, which will like take away anything that's low, negative. And yes, I lit that. And no, Born Skywalker, you're not the only, maybe we are the only ones, but you're not the only one, but maybe we are. So I have my incense. I have, thank you. You know, I'm always changing it up. I got to keep them guessing. I don't know who sees me. I don't want them to say, is that Hope? I would want them to say, that can't be Hope, because Hope's hair is different. You got to keep them guessing. So thank you, Romy Rome. So while I was at the beach with my cup of Earl Grey tea, with my Dragon's Blood incense, with this beautiful body in my perfect blend of oils, I just said, I am grateful. I am grateful in every way. I am grateful for this day. I am grateful for my health. I am grateful for the ocean. I am grateful that I safely made it here. And it is getting better. Because that is the theme. It's always getting better. I don't know how, but it is always getting better. And after I enjoyed my tea and got real hot from the sun rays, I said, it's time to jump in, which is my favorite part. My favorite part, to get so hot from just laying out that when I dive into the ocean, it's like this refreshing cascade of refreshment. And I dived in head first with my scalp under the water, and it just felt so good. It felt amazing. And I love to go underwater and just hold my breath and sit to the silence of the ocean and just hear it. I felt so refreshed, and again, I'm grateful. I'm here in the ocean. I have my tea. I had a beautiful bike ride over, and now I'm in the water. And as I pop my head up, a beautiful sea turtle is right next to me, and it pops its head up to gather some air, and then it goes back under, one of the large Hawaiian green sea turtles, which is central only to Hawaii. And I said, and it just keeps getting better. And I just keep saying that, and it does. So now I'm in the water. Beautiful sea turtle says, what's up, Hope? I said, what's up? Then it says, all right, bye. And it goes under the water and carries on with its day. And I just swim. I do my little jumps. I'm just so happy in the water because It's early, the beach is not full, and it doesn't matter if the beach is full. I am so full of happiness and life and joy, and that feeling of feeling the salt water just rolling off my scalp is one of the most enchanting feelings for me. Just to have the exposed scalp and to feel that ocean water on my scalp, and then to feel the sun radiating on my crown. It is endearing and enchanting and magical. See ya? Yeah, that's exactly what I said, and that's what it did. In every way. And so I swam around, because my thing is I swim and then I get out and I lay out, or I'll listen to music, I'll read, and then you go back in, and I'll do that like the entire day. And so that's what my intention was. I was so happy inside the water. I love the water. I've always had water next to me. I would swim a lot as a child. I had a pool in my childhood home, and me and my sisters would just spend time going down the slide and all of that. I just love the water. I just feel so safe and beautiful and magical and refreshed and cleansed in this water, this beautiful seawater. So I get out of the water and I just lay out, and then I said, well, let me take a stroll, because it is getting better. Who knows what's at the end of the other side of the beach? Let me take a nice stroll. And as I began to walk, there was this local Hawaiian man coming out of the ocean. He was a spear fisher. So he was coming out with all of his spear fishing equipment. And he sees me walking past. He said, God bless you. God bless you. I said, yeah, I understand. And thank you. Thank you. Received, and I receive it. Thank you. He said, wow, yeah. Enjoy your day. I said, I am. And it's only getting better. So thank you. Did you catch some fish? He said, I sure did. I said, great. Go catch some more. It's only getting better. And I said, you see, Hope, and the day just keeps getting better. So I stroll down this beach, and the beach is quite long. I would like to say the beach could be upwards of 4 miles, maybe long or longer. I don't know. Who knows? Doesn't matter. I'm there. That's what matters. And as I'm walking, I'm open to all of the life that's around me, and seeing the families that are just arriving and spreading out their beach blankets and bringing out the baskets of food and the coolers, and seeing the happiness. And I remember it, going to the beach and spending the day with my family, and that happiness, and seeing the groups of friends gather and meet and bringing out their speakers, and that feeling of just being with your friends at the beach. And wow, it keeps getting better. I'm gaining this happy feeling from seeing all of these different qualities of life, all enjoying what I'm enjoying at this moment. And what was unique was, as I continued to walk the pathway down the beach, the tide did not come all the way in, so there were elements that I had never seen about this beach before. And I was able to see different tide pools and different volcanic rock and lava, and walk over the rock and see all of the nature and the different elements that are in these tide pools, and the uni and the beautiful little striped fish, and all of the sea life that I typically don't see when the tide is fully in. Since it was not, there was these beautiful tide pools, and I allowed myself to climb on the rocks and just sit and observe the beauty, because it keeps getting better. Yes, yes, yes. Always, always, always. Nice to see you, blessed traveler. And I love that name because I'm living in blessings and receiving blessings and expecting blessings. So thank you. And as I'm observing this life, I'm also observing how these different variations of life are perceived. Some people are coming to find uni or lobsters or find the nutrient from these little tide pools. It was beautiful. And also these tide pools form small pools for the young children. So there's no fear of the tides bringing them all the way out. And the beauty in that, because it just keeps getting better. And as I continue on seeing the families with the young kids and the tools for the sand and the dogs and how we're all just enjoying this same place in our different way. However, I'm feeling that joy from every part of life that I'm walking past. And as I reach one side of the beach, it turns into this beautiful red volcanic clay. It's a deep, deep sienna color, like brick, and it's beautiful. And I love actually walking and seeing my feet turn this brick color and actually feeling it and putting it on my hands and seeing the different colors of volcanic rock with the contrast of this deep brick clay. And I said, it just keeps getting better. And as I'm experiencing all this, oftentimes I want to thank you. I know it was lovely. However, I have to be open to it. Because at times I'll think, okay, I'm going to walk to the end of the beach and then turn around and walk right back. I don't need to do anything. It's my day to enjoy. Let me actually be open to everything, the abundance that's always around me. It's always been here. It always has. It's the fact that I'm consciously aware of it and that I'm consciously looking for it. And I'm consciously taking it all in. And I sat on the rock quietly and just said, thank you. I'm so grateful for this day. And it just keeps getting better. And I spent some time by these volcanic rocks and just looked at everything, looked at all the fish and all of the different life that I don't always get to experience, and actually sitting down and just letting myself look without fear, letting myself look without a time limit, letting myself feel and experience and see all of the different textures and how fulfilling it is, how fulfilling it makes me feel to be a part of this experience. And after I spent some time, I said, okay, I'll slowly walk back all the way to where I have originally stationed myself, and I will continue with whatever comes during the day. So, as I started to walk back to my section of the beach where I have situated myself with my towel from Costa Rica, with my cup of Earl Grey tea, with my dragon's blood incense there, as well as, water, my tanning oil blends, I begin to walk towards that direction. However, I am on the polar opposite side of the beach. So as I'm walking, I start observing the life around me, because I do. Sometimes I allow myself to just be. Other times I will be looking at the ocean. And then there's times I want to see the beauty, because it's just beautiful. The people are beautiful, the dog, everything. and I see these beautiful female forms, and I think, wow, these are some beautiful women here. Look at this. Wait a minute, that kind of looks familiar. And one of them starts to run up to me. I'm like, wait a minute now, what is this? And the girl runs up to me and she said, now I saw you walking on the beach and I was going to go say, wow, you look incredible. And then I said, I know her. That's Hope. And it was actually a friend of mine. And so she ran up to me and was like, ah. And I said, I was just thinking the same thing. I am so glad you just showed up. And I do speak about that, just showing up. Just show up. I am so happy you just showed up today on the beach, looking as fine as you do. In your little black bikini, you look great. Your friend, you look great. I look great. We can all look great together. So let's look great together. And we start walking down the beach. And she's like me and she loves a great workout. She says, Hope, you're perfect for this. Let's run up that sand dune. You know you love all of these exercises and running uphill. Let's go. Let's get a workout in. I'm like, yes, let's do it. I love it. We're in the bikini and everyone gets to see our beautiful bodies running up the sand dune. Let's do it. She's like, you ready? I'm like, I'm ready. I said, okay, let's go. And we run up the sand dune. And it is intense and you have to dig your feet in, but it feels great because now I've just attracted in some friends of mine, which was unplanned and often happens. And with our beautiful bikini bodies, we're running up the sand dune with the sun on us, with us glistening with our oil in the sun. It was fantastic. And I love a great workout. Who doesn't? And so we run up this dune and she says, oh, that was great. And then we all just categorically start stretching and moving our bodies like it was completely in sync. And it just keeps getting better. And I started my day saying this, and I'm continuously saying this. And it just keeps getting better. And now I'm with two other beautiful friends of mine. And we're doing like sprints up this sand dune on the beach. And the sand dune leads to a covered area that's shaded with pine trees. So we're in the shade doing our stretches and we're catching up with life because we haven't seen each other in 3 to 4 months. And within that time, we just caught up on life, all the greatness in life. And it was a beautiful moment because we just met on the beach and now we're doing sprints up the sand hill. And now we're in this beautiful shaded area, just experiencing each other's life. And I said, I'm so happy that we have attracted each other into this space. She said, me too, Hope. Now you want to go again? I said, of course. Of course. Yes, the workout hasn't ended. So we went down and around and we just started finding different paths and different trails to run up. Because why not? And a workout is always great, especially in a bikini. It's the best way to work out, in my opinion. So there we are. Us three beautiful bikini babes just finding ways to move and exercise and push our bodies. Not planned, just purposeful. And I keep saying, and it just keeps getting better. And we finish our little high intensity workout. How you doing? And we come down the sand dune and we're I mean, we were really exerting all of our efforts because if you're going to do a workout, correction, when I do a workout, I am not doing it just to do it halfway. No, thank you for the rose. I am doing it to push myself to the limit. Because that's what I do. I have to push myself to the limit. Okay? I ain't working out just to say, oh, this is hard. Yeah, it is hard. And watch me do it. That's me. And this is why my friends are the exact same way. Thank you. This is why my friends are the exact same way. So, as we're walking on the beach, I put my arm around them like, I'm so glad you girls came to the beach. And we were talking about our travels during summer and how maybe I could be of some help because someone's going to France and I had lived in France, and another friend is going to New York and I have lived in New York. It seems like I've lived everywhere, and just that connectivity. And I said, wow, this feels amazing. I already have the endorphins from the sun, and then the endorphins from seeing my friends, and then the endorphins from this workout up this little hill and our squats, and this just feels great. And the best part is it just keeps getting better. And as we walked, we continued to update each other on our lives. And my friend said, Hope, are you sticking around here? I said, I don't know. I'm just hoping for the day. She said, okay, I'm going to, let's walk towards where you are at the beach, at the end of the beach, and I'm going to grab something out of my car and I'll come meet you. I said, excellent. I'll see you. You'll see me. There's no way you can miss me. She said, I know, Hope. There ain't no way we can miss you. So my two friends go out to grab their refreshments and their towels and such, and it's hot. So I go jump in the water, and again, it just keeps getting better because after that workout and walking in the sun, it just is hot and it feels like this frigid excitement when I dive into the water, especially with the ocean water on my scalp. It's the most genuine feeling of happiness. I love it. I love it. You will hear me speak about it a lot. Thank you for liking the live, because it's not something that's easily experienced. Of course, you can feel the ocean water on your hair when you have hair. However, I purposely did this to feel it. So I'm going to take advantage, meaning I purposely buzz off all my hair. And to come out of the water and have this water cascading off of my skin and my scalp, and the sun is just beaming on my crown. It's like I'm being updated. It's like the sun is giving me this new energy, like the sun is giving me what I need. And it's a powerful feeling. I don't take it for granted. It is. It's amazing. So I continue to wade in the water and swim, and I always go under the water and like just hold my breath. And it is, thank you for the yellow hearts. I love that. And just listen to the silence. It's such a calm emotion underwater, that silence. Once I had enough, I hopped out and I went to hop on my towel, and just about then, that's when the sand started blowing with the wind, and so I was immediately hit with sand, which is just a part of it. And my friends were coming back and they said, Hope, we saw you, but you were like in a sandstorm. I said, that's okay. I'm gonna jump in and I'll meet you at your towels and let's continue to fellowship. So I jumped in and got all the sand off me from the sandstorm that maybe I created, because it felt like I was the only one in the middle of it. And I met my friends at their towel. And yes, that's right. Nice to see you. So we're all fellowshipping on our individual towels. We've gathered together, the three beautiful beach bikini goddesses, radiating in the sun and having a great time, just talking, just catching up. and I'm sharing with them some of my stories. And they're really listening, like, what? Really? Wow. How'd that work? Did it? What? How? Like, it was amazing. And I said, you know what, guys? The day is always getting better. It's always getting better. They said, yeah, it is. I said, just keep saying it. I've been practicing this when I say, and it just keeps getting better. And the world, the universe, God, whatever you care to name it, I begin to feel it, that it keeps getting better. So to prevent my tan lines, I take off my top and we continue to tan and talk. And as we're talking, there's someone who walks past and they said, it's getting hot in here. And I was like, who is saying that? Like, it's hilarious, but at the same time, okay, cool. Yeah, it is getting hot. It's hot. It's Hawaii. It feels like it's 94 degrees and it feels so good. I needed this. And I see him. And it's a gentleman with his daughter who looks about 8 years old. I said, it is getting hot and the sun feels great. This is why we came here today. He said, that's right. I said, enjoy your day because it keeps getting better. He said, I will. And him and his daughter go into the ocean. So I am there with my friends and they, how it just keeps getting better and how I'm constantly saying it just keeps getting better, James. So my friends say, Hope, we're going to go into town and grab some lunch. Would you like to, or do you want to stay here? I said, you know what? I'm going to stick around because it just keeps getting better, and checked in with my intuition. I'm going to hang around here. They said, okay, you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Don't ask me if I'm sure. My first answer is the right answer. If I wasn't sure, I wouldn't have said no. But they know that's always my response because they're my friends and they know me. And they grabbed their things and they drifted off for the rest of their day. So as I'm there on the beach, just enjoying this beautiful sun, I see that same gentleman walk past with his daughter. And he had said, listen, I'm going to head, it's so hot. I said, yeah, it's great. And he said, well, I'm going to head to this freshwater waterfall, and that's going to be great. I said, yeah, that would be. And then I thought, that would be great. Should I ask if I could come along? And I always have these thoughts, and I'll just ask someone, hey, you're heading that way, can I come? Because I rode my bike, and I can easily put my bike like in a truck. So I said, by chance, do you have a truck? He said, I do. I said, okay. Can I go with you? Because that would be great. I mean, it is quite hot. Like, my back was burning and it felt great. But to go to that fresh water and it's very frigid, that would feel fantastic. And you said you had a truck, so could you throw my bike in your truck? He was like, absolutely, of course. Just a minute, let me ask my daughter. So his daughter's name is Stella, and she's 8 years old. He said, Stella, are you comfortable with her coming with us to the water? She was like, of course. He was like, okay, my daughter approves. Sure. I said, excellent. My name is Hope. And this is a true story. I do this all the time. I do this all the time. But something within me said, ask. And now I'm firmly listening. I don't know if it's in, actually, I do know. I do know. I will no longer say I don't know. I do know, and I trust. It was intuition. It was ancestors. It was angel. Ask. This is trust. Just ask. And I said, are you heading there now? He said, I am. Whenever you're ready. Are you ready to go? I said, I sure am. So I grabbed my things and I went to the showers to get all the sand off me. And I said, listen, my bike is just at the end on that last palm tree. I will go unlock my bike and throw it in your truck. He said, absolutely, sure. So that's exactly what I did. And as I was in the car, I was just making small talk. He said, my daughter is quite special. She's a bright, shining light. And I turned around, I said, well, so am I. So maybe there's a reason why I'm here, Stella, because I know I'm a bright, shining light. And her father said, yeah, but she does not like to shine because you know how kids in school are, especially when you're smart. And I said, I know that all too well. Stella, you were put here to shine. So shine. Sometimes you will stand out, and that's okay. However, shine. You're put here to shine. Don't dim your light. And you're 8. However, I've been shining for a long time, so I know. And I think I was sent here to tell you to shine. And she just started smiling. She said, okay, Hope. She just met me. She's like, okay. I said, I know a lot about that. And I also know how it feels to dim your light so other people feel comfortable. But the problem with dimming your light is you're the light. You're the light, so you're supposed to be seen. You're supposed to shine. There's a reason why you shine. And it's a selected few. So it's okay if others see your light and wish they had the light. Exactly. Never worry about fitting in when you're custom made. Shine. She just started beaming. I was like, really? Shine. I know. Just shine. And as her dad was, yes, and it keeps getting better. Let me tell you. And I'm saying that. And I said, and Stella, keep saying, and it keeps getting better, because she's 8. She's 8 years old. And I speak like this to my nieces and nephews because really, we all need to hear this. We all need to hear to continue to show up as authentically whatever we are, what our spirits are, what our souls are, whatever it is. To show it without regret, to show it without a forethought, to show it without a second thought, to show it without thinking of the other person first. Think of you, because it's for you. I've gotten out of the role of I don't want to show this for them. Now it's I have to show this. It's not about what someone else thinks, feels, or responds. I was born in this spirit to show this. So show it. Not everyone has it. Purposely. Show it. Stella, shine. It's like a stellum. You're like the filter in the light. You have to shine. And as we're driving, it appeared that maybe your father was going through a hard time. As we all do through life. We all do. We're on this path and life just happens and we are, the filament. We always just continue to do our best. And sometimes we don't. I'm here to say continue feeling your best. Continue to feel your best, because whatever happens, the moment we allow that to take away our happiness, to take away our joy, to take away from our excitement in life, that takes away from life. That takes away from the solution, and that takes away from the space that the relief comes. And that starts to snowball. Oh, things aren't working out. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve to go out. I don't deserve to go to the beach. I don't deserve to buy myself this. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Regardless of what's happening. Regardless of if a bill is paid or not. Regardless of if someone's upset at you or not. Honor yourself. Honor yourself. That is your life's duty. Your life's goal. And as I'm saying it to you, I'm saying it to me. And her father said, Hope, on the way to the fresh water, you know what? I just need to stop by the laundromat. I said, that's all right. Listen, I'm with you. I'm with you. My bike is in the back, and I just live like the stoplight after the laundromat. I just live there, so I'm chilling. I'm with y'all right now, okay? You allowed me in your day, so there is no such thing as time for me. I set aside this whole Sunday to enjoy the day. There's something for me to learn. There's a message out of this. And this is what I do to speak. So this is actually work for me. Just to enjoy. And then to develop it into the message. So, sure. And we go to the laundromat. Yes, really, I am. I'm on my journey and I just listen and go. And we go to the laundromat, and he said, I just need to throw some things in. I said, you need a hand? He said, if you're willing. I said, I'll come help you. Now, I didn't mean like really help, because I love having help. I will assist. I'm great with assisting, but I won't do everything. I will assist. I'll like hand you the bag that the clothes are in, but I'm not like going to sort it. And no. I'm great with assisting. When my dad would fix something, I was great with like, here's the hammer, here's the nail. I'm not going to do the hard stuff, but I'm great to assist for a short amount of time, and then I'm going to leave. But I let that be known. So we go into... Yes, of course. Yes, I was extremely well taken care of with my parents, and I take great care of myself. I ain't doing all of that, but I will assist. I will ask, and I will assist. So you can miss me with that. I ain't the one. I had a young man say, oh, you can come over and help clean. You got the wrong person. Now, I'm great with finding a cleaner. I'm great with finding a maid. I am great for finding a cleaning service. But I am not great to come over and clean. That is not going to happen, ever. That won't happen. That's not me. No. I'm meticulous about cleaning my house. I'm not cleaning someone else's house. However, I am great at going online and finding a cleaning service, scheduling them to come and clean the house, watching how they clean the house, saying, no, do it this way. That, I'm fantastic. I'm not coming to clean your house, ever. No, not the one. Try someone else. So, when we get to the laundromat, no, absolutely not. No, I'm not cooking anything. There's a restaurant that can do that, or you can hire a chef. I'm not that. Do you understand? How many times have you been in my life? My lives. That's not me at all. Eventually, possibly, but no, absolutely not. That is not what Hope is doing. Now, Hope will do it for herself, but no, and no. Okay? Yeah, if you have the side note, if you have the audacity to ask me to clean your house, of course I have the honesty to say just no. Absolutely not. Why would I do that? What is this, a field trip? I'm coming. No. I don't think you know who you're dealing with at all. My parents would say, oh, Hope, no, that's not, like, no. I am impeccable with keeping my house clean. I am. I love to clean my home. However, my parents would say, yeah, that one won't do that. So, as we're at the laundromat, it is me, Stella, and her father. We hop out of the truck, and I said, Stella, you know what I love about a laundromat? She says, what? I said, I love life at the laundromat, because everyone has to come to the laundromat. So what I love at the laundromat, you see style, you see different fashion, you see a diversity of age. Everyone has to wash their clothes. So I love that about the laundromat. As a spectacle of art being life, I love that about a laundromat because everyone has to wash their clothes. So that's what I enjoy. You just see styles and fashion and families and hear different languages. I love that. There's a diversity of life. Similar to when I was looking at exactly the tide pools with the uni and the little, all the stuff that's in there. It's like the laundromat. She said, oh, wow. I said, yeah. And my mom would say, girl, we going to the wash house. And that's really how my mom talks. She has this high-pitched, shrieking voice. And when the washer and dryer, if the washer would break at our home, she would say, girl, get the stuff. We're going to the wash house. And I would say, Mom, it's not the wash house. It's called the laundromat. And she would say, girl, it's the wash house. Like, okay, whatever. I'll grab the clothes, Mom. Let's go. So, and I told her that, and she started laughing, and her father started laughing. I said, my mom really talks like that. She's quite a personality. It's where I get it from. And she would call it the wash house. And this is why I offered help, because this is nothing to be embarrassed about. You got your clothes in the car. Exactly. The wash house. Nah, it's the, whatever. Sure. Yes, it is. I call it the laundromat or the laundrette when I was in the UK. However, it is all of that. I will not negate it. It is all of that. But Mom, it's the laundromat, not the wash house. Okay? So, of course, I'm going to help. And yeah, I know how to do laundry. I do know how to do it. I prefer someone else to do it, but I do know how to do it. So as we walk in, I'm observing the life and the different washers and dryers, and we find some washer machines, and her dad begins to throw everything in the wash. And I said, Stella, come here. Men often just throw everything in. Not all the time, but they don't sort at all. So let me ask your dad. I actually volunteered to help sort. I said, do you need some help sorting? It looks like you're putting reds, blues, whites, like everything just in. Do you want some help? And he was like, no, I got it. And I said, see, Stella, see. And he said, let me find the bigger washers. And yes, I learned that later in life. Like I did not do laundry as a child or any time in my formative years. I did not learn how to do my own laundry until I moved out of my parents' home, which was at 22. And so I thought you did just put everything in the wash because I always had someone to do it for me. And it wasn't until I think I shrunk some of my boyfriend's sweaters, like cashmere sweaters, something. I did not know. I did not know. I learned how to do laundry at 22. So now I'm impeccable at it. But I didn't know how to do that. I thought you just put everything in. And then I remember someone feeling quite passionate because he had this beautiful cashmere sweater and it shrunk down to like a toddler size clothes, and it was hilarious to me. I was rolling like I did that, but so you can't do anything now. It's not like I can stretch it back into shape. You can, of course you can feel upset, but it's how I learned. You can buy another sweater, you can't buy another hope. And that is the truth. However, now I'm impeccable with my laundry. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I'm great at it now, and I'm still preferring someone else to do it. Although laundry, I enjoy doing laundry. I feel accomplished. I feel like, wow, I did my towels, and then I did my sheets, and then I did my work. I feel so accomplished. This is great. And now look at this. Like, I do like that. And I always do double rinse because my aunt told me it makes the towels fluffier. And now I do double rinse with everything because Let's get all that soap out. What's up? What's up? Let's do 3 rinses. Exactly. Yes. I prefer domestic help all the time. A full staff. My dad, I already knew. Listen, I already told my dad, now you know I'm not going out there to push no lawnmower. So I'm very grateful we always had a gardener. Now sometimes I would pull weeds sometimes, but no, I didn't do any of that stuff. No. My job is to not do that. And even the last time, I think last winter when I went home, 2 winters ago, my dad said, that comes with that. I don't know. Tone, I don't know. That comes with what was I talking? My dad, he asked me to go get wood for the fireplace. I was like, what do you mean, Dad? To chop wood? I'm not doing that. I gotta swing that thing. I know how to do it. Someone taught me how to do it, but I'm not going to do it. So is it chopped? Is it on the side of the house? Do I just need to bring it in? And then we got to deal with that if my nails are done. Dad, I'm not 12. But I'll still bring in some for you. So I will do it. As long as I have gloves, I'll bring the chopped wood. But chopped and all of that, no. I always had a gardener and they were great. And I saw what they did. I saw them mowing the lawn and the hedges, but I don't, that's not what I do. And I'm quite okay with that. And I do clean my own home. However, someone will clean mine. My time is to be diverted into other efforts. So as we're at the laundromat, I say, Stella, okay, this is what we do. We tell your dad, we ask your dad, do you need help? He's gonna say no. And then we're going to sit down. This is just what you do. She was like, really help? I said, yeah, watch this. Hey, do you need help? No, I got it. Okay. I said, come on, follow me. We'll go sit down. They got it. He got it. Let him do it. What am I going to do? Just stand here and watch you do all of this? No, you just go sit down. And so she was laughing okay, yeah. So we went to go sit down. And her father got it. He got it. He's been doing this for a long time. He got it. We're going to sit down. Exactly. And add in, there's probably a lot to, not spoiled. I'm well taken care of. You can use spoiled. I don't use that word. I was well taken care of. I don't use the word spoiled. However, it doesn't offend me. I don't care. I know exactly what I am. So we go sit down and we started knowledgeable. I prefer knowledgeable other than educated, because knowledge to me bears the same effort. However, knowledge is very important. Listen, yeah, as you should. They all do. I spoil myself. There you go. Y'all have at it. So as we're sitting down, I'm telling her, listen, you have a light, because I have that light too. And now I'm seeing maybe I was pulled into this day for you, not really for your dad, but to tell you that sometimes when you have a bright light, or sometimes when you excel at something, you will feel the energy of the others that don't. And that's okay. Because at times it's just that maybe they want to excel at what you're excelling at. And so it's not really a negative. It's really a, how do they do that? Why can't I do that? I said, at times they're working really hard to do that thing, and you don't have to work at it because it's effortless to you. That's a gift. That's a gift. And that's not always ingested with ease. However, still excel at your gift. Allow your gift to shine. And don't dim yourself, because the more secure you are with your magic, your gift, your blessings, just your essence, the easier this journey can be. However, when we allow that energy to dim our light, to make us go to the back, to allow us to question what has been given to us from something. That's not why we were put here. She said, wow, Hope, this is the best conversation I've ever had in my life. I said, I know. And we just started laughing. It was so great because I'm there talking to this 8-year-old. And to me, I believe sometimes it is just that easy. The fact that I was guided to say, hey, can I join you guys? And now we're here and she's gaining something because her father had said in school, people tease her because she's really good at X, Y, and Z, and she really has a magnetism towards this. And she said, but sometimes they don't like me. And I said, they won't. So what? You like you. It matters that we like us. And there will be others that will like you. It may be few. However, once you like you, it doesn't matter who is with you or against you. That's the power. Sometimes that's all it takes. And let me check on your father. And I looked and I saw him. I said, he's okay. So, also, she just started laughing. I said, he's good. Let them do that. And even with boys sometimes with boys we can excel. And sometimes boys don't necessarily like that, and that's okay too. The fact is to be okay with your gift, no matter what something outside of you feels, whether it's a gender, whether it's a classmate, whatever it is, that's okay. But it's not okay if we're not okay with what we came here to do, or with our gift, or with our light, or with our magic, or with our blessing. Because the blessing is here to be shown, to be elevated, to be mastered in every way. And I know, I felt that. Even sometimes your siblings. How many siblings do you have? She says, I have 3 sisters. I have 1 chosen and 2 that I chose. I said, okay. So you're one of 4. So am I. I know about them siblings. Thank you. I got them. And sometimes they won't like it. So what? Sometimes you won't want to talk to your siblings. That's okay too. You decide what works best for you. There is no blueprint on this. You create it. Even with your siblings, sometimes you get along better than other times. Sometimes you guys are both going through things. Tell me about your siblings. She said, well, I have a sister and her name is Sophia. I said, tell me about Sophia. She said, well, Sophia is older than me. That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of siblings, and I have a lot. And that's a blessing. That's great, I'm sure, in some way. If anyone wants a sister, there's a few I gladly would rent out or give away permanently. And she said, I have a sister named Sophia and she's 14. I said, oh, okay. And she said, sometimes she thinks she's right and she's not. And I said, well, it's the truth. She said, sometimes she thinks she's right and I try to help her and she won't listen. I said, that's normal. Get used to that. Exactly. That's a whole dozen of eggs. I said, siblings sometimes won't listen. And that's okay too. Allow them to learn it in their own way. We don't always have to assist with anyone's life, especially a sibling. They have the knowledge. They'll figure it out. If you learn that at 8, life will be really easy. Then you won't have to consistently say, hey, do it this way. Hey, do it that way. Maybe they have a different way of doing it, and that may work best for them. She said, yeah. I said, yeah, I know. Trust me. I know. And I have nothing but sisters. And we all have minds and voices like this. So it can become quite a beautiful experience. However, you learn to love your siblings in your own way. And what I was told is, they're our biggest teachers. So even when there's that disconnect or that frustration, exactly, well, I'm the only one who's choosing anyway, and I haven't chose anyone. So both of y'all haven't been chosen, so y'all can duke it out, because Hope has not said I choose you. Exactly. Yes. Always like you, like your choices, like your style, like your gift, like your being, like your day. I don't care. I say that often in the lives. I don't care because I don't. I like me. I care about what I like. What you like, I don't care about it. I've had a lot of practice on saying that. A lot of practice. And I'm content with it. And so, as I'm talking to Stella, her father is figuring everything out. And then he comes and sits with us. And as he's sitting, this beautiful, mature Asian man walks in. Very. Confidence will get you through everything. And her father says, "Wow, you look like one of the old Chinese men in those martial arts movies." Which was slightly aghast for me to say this. However, okay. And I said to the gentleman, "Sir, where is your family from?" He says, "My family is, there we go. Hey, listen, I'm all for it. You got listen, I'm all for it." I asked the Asian gentleman, "Where is your family from?" Because Stella's dad said, "You look like an old Chinese man from the movies," which is like slightly, maybe not the most compassionate response. "Hey, happy Monday." So I said, "Sir, where's your family from?" He said, "My family's from the Philippines." I said, "Oh, the Philippines. Okay." Just to gather more information. However, that is the most compassionate way. I don't expect anyone to think like me. I'm me. I'm me. Okay? So maybe that was heard, maybe it wasn't. However, okay, Philippines, not Chinese. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. And a very kind gentleman, had a gorgeous watch and probably in his 70s and just had a great energy. And after he passed, another beautiful Hawaiian man walked past, and he had the most ethereal eyes. He had these eyes of royalty and this like perfectly layered hair. He looked like this Hawaiian god. And I said, "Wow, he looks like a Hawaiian god. He just feels ethereal in some way." And Stella's dad always, "I can't cheat. I'm not with anybody." Okay? So I can't cheat on anybody because I'm not with anybody. I have not committed. So y'all duke it out. Hope is hope. Okay? So, as I'm saying this, Stella's dad said, "You look like a sumo wrestler." And I thought, Dios mío, guy. Like, are you, Dios mío, a sumo wrestler? Okay. All right. I'm learning. And again, from my perspective, maybe not the most compassionate. However, that is how he perceived it from what he saw. And I said, you look so royal. And the father said, "What is your name?" Yeah, I love, because people are just like beautiful. I love life. And he said, "It's Kali'i." I said, "Oh, wow, it's Kali'i. Please, what is the definition of your name?" Because for me, I am a goddess. So I believe life is always speaking to me, and I'm here and I'm listening and I'm aware. So to me, that was not just a random moment. So when I'm asking, what does your name mean? To me, it's a clue. To me, it's something that I need to know. This wasn't just mentioned just to be a part of the story. And Kali'i says, oh, my name means, Kali'i means God of, I'm going to Google it. Hold on. Okay, let me Google this because I do know, oh, it was the most beautiful. And I want to tell you this meaning because I was like, oh, that's beautiful. Okay, I will keep looking it up, but from the, yes, please, and share the live. We're up to 8,000 likes. Thank you, because I'm not done yet. It keeps getting better. So, Kali'i, to the best of my remembrance, means the first gods of royalty and overseer of the seas. And I was like, whoa, that is beautiful. The first gods of royalty, of like the overseers of the waters, or no, the waters, it wasn't of the sea. And I said, that is amazing. That's why you look so royal. Like his eyes had this glow. It was like this amber essence that just glowed. It was beautiful. Kali'i. And then her father said, oh, that's beautiful. Wow, wow, wow. Yes, not a sumo wrestler, not a sumo. This guy, all of these names are purposeful, especially within the Hawaiian culture. And what that meant for me, I had left the ocean and we were going to the freshwater, and maybe that has some tie into my day, but I could tell there was some elegance with this gentleman, and he was not stoic, but just had this essence. And he had said he is a cook, and he's a cook at this restaurant that and that's wonderful too. Farmers bless us with the food to feed us, so that's a beautiful name as well. And he told us that he cooks, and he cooks at this Mexican restaurant that I love, and that he almost looked like Maui, almost, but not quite. But no, I am not talking. I'm talking about a real person that was at the laundromat that was washing his clothes. So, and I love that, and I love that. The ruler, of course. Yes, the ruler's back. Thank you. So he's rolling his laundry into the dryer, Kali'i. And it's me, and then Stella, the 8-year-old, and Stella's dad, which is Tyson. And I kept forgetting his name the entire day, which is interesting because I always remember names. I make it a point to remember and utilize someone's name in conversation. But during the day, I kept forgetting his name. I don't know, maybe it wasn't important, and it was just important for me to know his daughter's name, Stella. So as Kali'i is loading his clothes into the dryer, I turn my focus and I see this washer. And I believe it's Washmaster, but it reminds me of the washer that I used that was in one of my old buildings when I lived in New York. And I said, Stella, what is the favorite thing that you love about the laundromat. She said, Hope, I love the smell of clean. I said, me too. That is what I love about laundromats, because I love a clean home. And I love clean. And I love smelling that detergent, and you just smell this artificial, but this waft of fragrance that smells clean. And that's what I love about a laundromat. And then the smelling of a dryer sheet and the scented beads. It's a lot of scent. I love that about that. Yes, we love that about the laundromat. And furthermore, this particular washer machine that's at the end reminds me of the washer machine that was in my building when I lived in New York with my sister. It was the same exact machine. It's that same exact machine. That brought me back to that time. And that's how I look around and see, like, oh, that reminds me of this. This is great. And we have that in common. We both love this fresh smell of the laundromat. She said, Hope, do you like the smell of dentist's office? I said, yes, I love the smell of dentist's office. She said, me too. And I love the smell of doctor's offices. I said, me too, because they smell so clean and sterile. She said, yes. I said, well, which do you prefer? A doctor's office or a dentist's office? She said, Hope, I love the smell of a dentist's office. I said, me too. Me too. Because not only do you have that clean, you have that fluoride, toothpaste, floss, sugary scent element that's lingering that you smell. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love to brush my teeth. I love to floss. Like, I love it. I love it. I love everything about it. So we're just there sharing these elements of these spaces. And yes, I'm a storyteller. However, yes, I love just grass, but yes, fresh cut grass. And I had spoken about this, and someone named, there's a word for the smell right before it rains. And that's a beautiful smell too. And it's actually a real scent, the smell of the earth right before it rains, which is named petrichor. 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 And it's actually coined by an Australian scientist in 1964 to explain the unique earthy smell that comes right, exactly, thank you, Mag, right before a rain. What else do I like? I also like the smell of bleach. Like if I walk into the bathroom and it smells like bleach, I love that. Or the smell of even white vinegar, because I'll use that to clean. But all of these beautiful scents. And it was beautiful because me and this 8-year-old are getting excited about these scents and just connecting, not saying, what are you doing at school? Just really enjoying ourselves as human beings, as like a human experience, and not seeing her as less, but the same as me. And her father had said, yes, thank you. I love that. I love that tone. Any person who expands their vocabulary is on my good list. Thank you. Thank you, Wendy. I feel beautiful. Listen, I feel even better than I look, so thank you. So her father sits by me and she says, Hope. He says, Hope, this is very random, but my daughter usually doesn't talk to many people, and she's very comfortable with you. I said, thank you. I said, it's my spirit. And I'm very childlike, and she's safe with me. I'm one of 5 girls. I have a lot of nieces and nephews. I love your daughter. I think we have similarities, especially about shining your light. And I said, listen, my home is actually like a 3-minute drive. I'm right after the stoplight near here. I'm a fire sign, I'll let you guess. Somebody may fill you in because it's asked often. Thank you. Yes, I am. Thank you. And my mom says so too. But my mom also says, don't remind that girl. Don't tell her that. That's what my mom would say. So I'm well aware. Thank you. My mom would say, girl, don't tell Hope that. Don't tell her that. Don't get that girl started. That's exactly the best rendition of my mother. So as I'm telling Tyson, listen, I'm like 3-minute drive away. Can I just drop my bike? He said, absolutely. And then, do you mind if Stella stays at your house? I said, I think Stella would prefer to stay at my house anyway. My house is amazing. And I have bread that's rising. Oh my gosh. If you come to my house, there's always something that's being made, because I love that element of before I left, before I hopped on my bike to Starbucks and then continue on to the beach, I made bread. And I love doing that because I love creating something early in the morning with that expectation that when I come home at night or whatever time I come back, I have something waiting that I had prepared earlier in the day. And that thought of, let me set aside time to prepare something that will take the duration of the day to rise. And once my day is completed, I have this risen bread that I'll put into the oven, and it fills my entire home with this beautiful smell. And I feel great because all I had to do was say yes. And I often say that. Yes, I'll make bread this morning. So yes, I'll have to set aside maybe 10 minutes and prepare and grab the flour and grab the yeast and grab the salt and some water and some time and mix it and cover it. All I need to do is say, yes, my mother is I am too. It comes out when I speak to my family, but I am able to acclimate my communication to who I'm speaking to. So yeah, my mom does talk like that. Girl, get over here. That's all I heard my entire life. I don't care to model. I prefer the other side, but thank you. I take that as a compliment. It wasn't something I enjoyed. So I said, Stella, I have bread and it's risen. It's been rising since I left at like 8:30 this morning. So, oh my gosh, you get to see this risen bread. And it's sesame bread, so you can put the sesames on top. We're going to put it in the oven. We'll go to the waterfall, and when we come back, we're going to have this fresh bread. It's going to be amazing. I'll even make the butter. It's going to be amazing. She was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen bread be made, Hope. I said, today you will. Stella, today you will. So her father, Tyson, said, okay, I have these loads in the laundry and I actually feel really safe with you. Thank you. I've never left my daughter with anyone. I said, your daughter is good. Listen, I get along with the kids. It's the parents. Mag, you got it. Mag, sorry dudes. He got the points. That was smooth. The kids love me. I love the kids. The kids love me so much that my neighbors come over and say, Hope, can you come over and sleep over? I'm like, I'm not. It's a compliment, but like you're 6. Like I can't have a sleepover, but I have that element, and I do love the kids. Thank you, Cindy. And the kids love me, and I love the kids. Even my nieces and nephews. I love the kids. They mamas, which are my sisters, that's something else. But I love the kids. Give me the kids. Y'all can go. It's done for y'all, but your kids, I love. We love the kids. We can paint. I love the kids. The mamas, which are my sisters. I like them, but I love the kids. So we hop into the truck. He has the loads of laundry going, and we drive maybe 2.5 minutes to my home. Now here in Hawaii, there's many homes on one lot. So there will often be one home and then a home behind that and then a home. So there will often be lots of what's up, many homes on the lot. So we pull up to my home and I said, oh no, there's a parking space for you. You don't have to park on the side of the street. Like, what kind of dungeons y'all live in? Listen, it's gonna be nice, come on. So he parks and takes my bike out, because remember, I rode my bike to the beach, but I asked, hey, can I follow you to the fresh water? And he said, oh, we have to stop at the laundromat. I said, okay, cool. And now we've left the laundromat. We are at my home, dropping my bike off as well as my bags. And my home is like beautiful. And inside, you can tell it's my home. I love texture, so there's a lot of texture and a lot of color and a lot of things I've collected from all over the world, and a lot of gold. And in front of my front door, I had a bag full of oil paints, because I had painted with my neighbor's children last week. And I always have things around that I like to do creatively. So I have canvases to paint, I have beads to make things, I make bread, I just am creative. I love to create. Beautiful. Wonderful. Well, it's better. It's no longer a rough day, it's the best day. You got to see and hear me. So it's already getting better, and it's continuing to get better. It's honor the Hawaiian. So I always, wherever I live, I have something that represents where I live. So it says, celebrate the Hawaiian, and I got it at Goodwill, which is where I pick up most of my art. And it's just Native Hawaiians, and it's a representative of where I am, because I always honor where I am. And I'll bring this up later in the story. However, it's pivotal for me to understand where I am. Thank you. And to honor it and to learn it and to have it representing these. They look over my home, basically. They are like the Hawaiian element, and there's others that I may bring in during the course of the story, because there's many things about the Hawaiian culture that I have throughout my home, that I love, that I honor, that I respect, and I'm always learning more about. Yeah, no, you did not, but now you do. I am here. So as we enter, yes, everything about me, everything is intentional. Everything in my home. I don't have anything I used to. Now it's a different sequence, but 444 is my favorite sequence. And when I see that, I have my own message for that. However, currently I'm seeing different, I do see that, but it's a different number sequence. So as we enter, I love you too. As we enter, Stella sees the paint. She's like, you have paint? I said, do I? We have the oil paint. We have pastels. I may have some watercolors. I have pencils, colored pencils. I have markers. I have all of these. And I have some canvases. And we have this. And first, come in the kitchen. What would you like? Matter of fact, I have some coconut pudding. It should be, but it's not. So thank you. And she's 8. Of course, come in here. I know your daddy don't have no coconut pudding. Hey, girl, come on, here's some coconut pudding, because this is what my mom would do. And if I was 8, you better give me that coconut pudding. What am I doing up here at this random lady Hope's house? You eating some coconut pudding? I just made it last night, okay? Now, thank you. Thank you, Sky. Yes, girl. We had to wear some white. I felt refreshed and renewed. Good night. So thank you, Sky. Thank you. Listen, girl, if you like it, I love it. So I gave her some coconut pudding, which is hopia. It's a traditional Hawaiian dessert just made from coconut and coconut cream. And we also I had frozen grapes. Yes, not with the, no, that's what I have had that, but it's a different type of coconut pudding. This is just set in the fridge. That is what my granny and my mom would make with the vanilla wafers. I've had my fill of that my whole life. I ain't eating it now unless you give it to me, but I'm not making it. However, yes, same element. So I put everything in the freezer because it's Hawaii and everything can be frozen. So I had some frozen grapes and I said, I saw this thing on TikTok that you can take frozen grapes and like put in your blender. And yeah, always. That's what we're here to do. Help each other out. You can blend these frozen grapes to make like a gelato or something. You want to try it? She's like, yeah, I want to try it. So I got the grapes out of the freezer. She starts eating the grapes. And this all reminds me of me. And I have a picture of my mother in my kitchen because my mom would always cook and I was well taken care of. And my mom was a true and is a true homemaker. That was her job. It is a job. It is a job to take care of a home, to build a home, to make a home comfortable, to make your children comfortable, to prepare your children. I would come home and it would be cold and my mom would have hot chocolate on the stove and she would put the mushrooms. That would have been nice, but that's a different conversation. Marshmallows in the hot chocolate and yes, and pull some fresh cookies that she made from scratch out of the oven as I came home from school, and it would be fantastic. So I'm feeling like that with her because then she's eating the frozen grapes. She already has the coconut pudding. She's like, this girl Hope has everything. I said, but guess what? This makes me happy. This is why you feel this energy, Stella. I do these things every day because it makes me happy to make bread and to eat fresh bread that I make. And it makes me happy to come home and eat some nice fresh coconut pudding that I make. And it makes me happy to construct this life that works for me, which often means ingesting the foods that I love. So you are now getting a part of it, but this is what I'm talking about. This is the magic. This is what keeps us in this good feeling. This is why when you're around me, you just feel something because I've been doing this entire day. I ain't eating, listen, exactly. And I said, maybe this is how life is speaking to both of us, Stella. Because as I'm speaking to you, I'm learning from you. It's almost like I'm practicing this message that I'm preparing to give about not dimming your light to an 8-year-old, but really, regardless of your age, do not dim your light. As I'm saying it to her, I'm being reminded of maybe there's been times that I have, however, don't. And how that starts at that age. That we know we have this something great. We're gifted in some way. Or we just have something different. But it's not something different. It was how you were born. It was thing that was implemented and planted into your spirit that makes you you, regardless of the gender, regardless of the nationality, regardless of the color, regardless of the religion. It is that being that is implanted in you, that was brought to this earth to be seen. But because it's only yours, and because you feel you stand out, you don't want to stand out, so you stand in. And you don't let it be seen. And I'm saying, Stella, it was given to you to be seen. That's the gift. The best part is the only thing you need to do is be you and allow it to be seen. And that's for all of us. The only thing we need to do is be us and allow whatever is special about us to be seen. Whether it's you're the best chocolate chip cookie maker or the best runner or the best writer, whatever it is. And here's the other thing. I had someone say, oh, you think you're better than everyone. Yeah, absolutely. So, I don't, and again, it's not everyone. I believe there is something that I believe I am exceptional at. There's something that I am exceptional at. There is. I may do it exceptionally better than someone else. So what? That's great. In fact, I want you to feel, no, this is what I do better than anyone that I've ever met. Exactly. I encourage you to search for that and feel it. Yeah, I do this the best. That is the best feeling. To know that this gift, whatever it is for me. I know I do this. I know I do this. Don't you come in here and tell me you think you're better. Yeah, absolutely. So what? What? Oh, that means for you, you're filling your lack. Okay. Well, that has nothing to do with me. In fact, that has everything to do with you. But there's something within you that you will feel that way about. So I don't feel any type of way. I've pushed that to the side. But for my gift, when I speak, when I arrange words, when I build a story, when I take the message and turn it into a universal thing that anyone can take and say, yes, yes, that is for me. Absolutely. For you, it's something and it's there and you know it and let it out. And when someone says you feel like you're better, just say I do. And I don't feel like, I know. For this one thing, it was given to me. And maybe it was given to me for you to encourage you to find what it is about you. Or maybe it was given to me so you can know that, whoa, we all have something individually that we can shine at. And we all do. And it may not be that thing that has that impact, but it has the impact for you. So that's what matters. And we're having this conversation in my kitchen as I'm grinding up these frozen grapes. I'm like, look, Stella, it's like we have grape gelato. Isn't this fantastic? She's like, oh my gosh, oh, my cheeks are hurting. I can't stop smiling. I said, I know, and it keeps getting better. Isn't that great? This is how you're supposed to feel during life. That's the best thing. And you're 8 years old, and I feel that happiness you're feeling. The fact that you're here and we're talking and you just feel encouraged. And we're eating and we're talking. And I said, hey, have you ever read Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein? She was like, no, I don't know what that is. I said, oh my gosh, it was my favorite book when I was your age. I have it in my bookcase. And I reach in my bookcase, I take it out, and I said, this is for you. This is for you. Books have energy, and I love to read. Yes, as you should. This is universal, and it's a classic. And I remember how that book made me feel, and I remember my mom buying it, and I remember renting it from the library, and I remember just the poems in this book, Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein with the silver flap on the outside. And just at that time, I leave my door open from my home. Her father walks in. And I said, hey, would you like some coconut pudding? He said, of course. Yeah, not much. I said, we don't do this lack around here. Listen, I'm going to pile up this little bowl, okay? We only do full and abundant, okay? It's just me. So I'm not going to eat all this coconut pudding. However, here you go. He said, thank you, Hope. I said, would you like some water? He said, no, I'm okay. I said, okay. And I said, oh, I just gave this book to Stella, Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. It was one of my favorite books. He said, oh, not mine. I mean, that's a little bit kooky. That guy is weird. He's a bit crazy. It's not my favorite. I don't know who would read that. I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't read that. Maybe you'll like it, Stella, but I don't like that stuff. And I thought, that's how it starts. That's how it starts. Because the other option is just saying, oh, yeah, that book, without the rest. But at times, people in our lives' influence is ingested. And she shrunk a little. Because he did not like the book. Which is, sure, of course. Not everything is for everyone. However, to allow the space for someone to appreciate it. And I sat in this chair and I thought, let me ask myself, what is the response? I don't need to give a response. That'll work itself out. Not everything needs a response. In fact, she's just happy Auntie Hope gave her the book. Like everything, she even said, Auntie Hope, like my cheeks are hurting from smiling so much. I'm so encouraged. And when I go to school, like I just feel like everything's gonna be great. I said, and it is, because it keeps getting better. And I wanted to say, hey, don't worry about what your daddy said, but that wasn't given to me. And I trust. I'm guided. I know when I'm being told to give something or respond, that wasn't the moment. And it was more about observing. And really observing how often that's how easily it starts. When we love something and maybe a guardian or someone we love doesn't like it, we will unknowingly push it aside. Because at times we will want to honor them by having the thought pattern that they have, which may not serve us, but we don't know that at that time. And I only felt that. I don't know if it's true. That's only what I felt. Of that soliloquy of, he's a kook and that doesn't make sense. And I don't know why anyone would read that. I don't like it. I don't know why people would like it. I wouldn't read it, but maybe you would. You have, that could have just annihilated the thought of opening this book. But I said, that's okay. Books carry energy, even if you never open it. It's the fact that it's in your presence. It carries energy. I believe that. And I'm a huge reader. I always have books, and I'm always giving them away for that reason. And while we were in the kitchen, I said, Stella, look. And I pulled away the saran wrap from this giant glass bowl, and the bread had risen, and it had a lot of bubbles. And I said, you see all the bubbles? She said, yeah, why are the bubbles there? I said, the bubbles are there from the yeast. Now the yeast has a reaction and it makes it rise. And all of those bubbles will be the bubbles when we eat the bread. It's wonderful. It's a perfectly hydrated dough. This is going to be the best bread you've ever had. She said, wow, Hope, I've never seen this. I said, watch this. I start jiggling the bread and I scrape it from the sides with my red spatula. And I start gingerly folding it over, because this is a no-knead bread. You don't have to knead it, but I'm folding it over. She's like, wow. And I said, watch this. And I've turned the oven on to 400 degrees. And I have this beautiful turquoise Dutch oven that I heat in the oven as the oven is heating up. And then once it's heated up, Exactly. Yeah. All the time. All the time. And I pulled the Dutch oven out and I lined the Dutch oven with parchment paper. I said, well, this is parchment paper. This will allow the bread not to stick in the Dutch oven. So I'll put one slice this way and one slice this way, I'll one piece one way and another piece the opposite way, so the whole Dutch oven is covered. And I'm gonna pour the bread dough into the Dutch oven. And what I would love for you to do is just there's some sesame seeds. Now, sesame seeds signify wealth and abundance and prosperity, especially within certain Eastern cultures. But spiritually, sesame has been known to bring out abundance and prosperity. And I said, with everything you do, especially food, speak love into your food. So I want you to grab these sesame seeds like this, take a good handful and sprinkle them on top of the bread. And just say, I am putting love into this bread, because that's what we're doing, especially when we're cooking. I cook with love. This is going to heal our body and give us strength and nourishment and make us feel great. So sprinkle the sesame seeds and say, this is a loving loaf of sesame bread. She was like, this is so cool. This is a loving sesame bread. She said, is that enough? I said, no, grab more. And so she grabs more. I said, get a lot. We want a nice, crusty sesame bread. And she takes more and she puts them at the top. I said, look, I called her dad. I said, Tyson, look at this bread. He was like, whoa, this is so cool. I've never seen. And again, this is all random. This is all from me saying, hey, can I hitch a ride with you guys to the waterfall? And thank you. So this is a just random by chance meeting, but it's not. I remember what my father said. He said that nothing is a coincidence in life. It is all perfectly placed for your life. And we're just randomly in my home. She's having a great time. Tyson is looking at this fresh bread I'm making, and he's eating the coconut pudding, and just this element of humanity that came together just because we said yes. And I put the top on the bread and I said, okay, so we cook it. Yeah, these dads are great. These dads are great. I put the top on the bread and I put it in for 40 minutes. And then I take the top off and let it cook for 20 minutes with the top off so it can get nice and brown. And we come and sit in my main room of my home. And I said, listen, I love seeing you and your dad together, Stella. And in fact, I felt that energy because I love my dad. And how you hang out with your dad, that's how I would hang out with my dad. And we would go hiking in Yosemite and the Sierra Nevadas and the Redwoods, and we would go freshwater fishing because my dad loves to fish. And my dad, I see a friend of mine driving by, and my dad is like your dad. You just feel good. You just know, like, I'm with my dad. Everything is great. I'm with my dad. And I felt that when you guys walked by on the beach. And how that's such a universal feeling. How that's such a magnanimous force of good. And how I felt safe saying, hey, can I go with you? Because I picked up on that. On just being with your dad at the beach, or just being with your dad. Like, I love my dad. I feel that. And I reached over and I grabbed a picture of my dad that I have on my bookcase. I said, I feel it. I know it. And I almost saw her dad tear up. Because I said, that feeling, this is why I'm here in Hawaii. This is why I moved to London. This is why I moved to Paris. This is why I moved to DC and New York and all these places in 60 countries, because I have my dad. Like, if nothing works out, I have my mom, I have my dad. Like, what else do I need? It's such a great feeling. And I get it. He said, thanks, Hope. She said, yeah, I love my dad. I said, I know. I do too. That's that universal feeling. It's so universal. It transcends. It transcends any skin color, any religion, any language. That love of your guardian, especially your mother, your father, your best friend. It's an energy. It can be felt. Exactly. Yeah, I see that as opportunities. Yes. And we sat and we talked for a moment, and he said, well, Hope, how long is the bread going to take? I said, well, it takes about an hour. However, I can set the timer on my oven. He said, sure, because a friend of mine has a plumeria farm. I said, really? Wow. I keep saying it just keeps getting better. He said, yeah. Matter of fact, he invited us to the plumeria farm so we can go see his range of plumerias, all of the flowers, and pick some flowers. I said, it just keeps getting better. None of this was planned. The only thing planned was me saying yes to the day, to the beauty in the day, to the abundance of the day, to knowing the day will just keep getting better. It's not for me to know, it's for me to be open and experience. I said, okay, well, let me set the timer for the bread, and then we'll go to the plumeria farm. And after the plumeria farm, then the bread will be done. You can drop me off and I'll send you off with some bread. New friends of mine. She was like, I can't wait for the bread. I said, I know, I can't wait either. I'm so excited. So we had a little conversation, and I said, I love Stella. She reminds me of me. She's a bright light, and I have a childlike demeanor, and I'm like the favorite auntie. He was like, yeah, Stella's like the favorite as well. I said, yeah, sometimes you just gotta let people know I'm the favorite. There's a reason why you're the favorite. He said, yeah, but sometimes you gotta step back. I said, no, you don't. Here comes Hope coming out. I'm like, no, you don't. He said, yeah, Hope, you do. I said, why? He said, well, sometimes when you're with all your sisters, are you like, Hope is here? I was like, yeah. Yeah, I'm not intentional about it, but people love me. So that's just what it is. He said, yeah, but at times you got to be humble. I said, okay, no, here's that word. No. I got to push back, and I got to stand up for this. This humble word, and I spoke to my therapist about it, it's misconstrued. In the sense that I meet every person, place, and thing in an element of respect and love. I never meet anything with a malicious intent. So for me to humble or lessen myself for someone is that element of dimming my light. He said, no, but Hope, sometimes here's the thing. You got to listen to this. And with all respect to you, this is my daughter. I said, I understand and I respect. He said, if you don't meet people with respect, with being humble, one day someone may knock you out. Someone may knock you out. Fair enough. I can see how you say that. It doesn't make sense to me. However, again, I only meet everything with love and respect. So I don't bring any element of malicious intent, harm, or discomfort. Number one. Number two, that will never come to me. No one's ever going to come to knock me out. That's not going to come. I don't attract that. I don't put that out. That doesn't come into my reality. And lastly, it seems like you're speaking of your experience. And we all have this experience differently. And at times, if you are a light, and energy, people is directed towards you, their attention is directed towards you, that's often the conversation of to humble oneself. And it's not comfortable for me, because that is the sentence of make you comfortable with me. However, if I'm always coming in a space of love and respect, I don't quite understand why someone would knock me out. I think we need to start there. That's where it gets murky. However, I can observe, again, this must be your experience. It is not mine. And it is important to be able to respectfully always have respect for myself, which means at times stand up for myself. And if my comfort of standing up for myself is uncomfortable for someone else, and they ask me to humble myself, I don't feel that that is my error. And that's all that I say for that. He said, you know what, Hope? I've never heard it been put in that way. He sat back like, wow. I've never heard that constructed perfectly like that. That makes sense. Oh, I get it. I said, yeah. That's it. I'm never meeting anyone like, get back. No, I'm not going to ever come to someone in a feeling of malicious intent, harm, and discomfort. However, I will always stand up for myself, especially for whatever gift that I have. And if that makes anything outside of me uncomfortable, that's has nothing to do with me. And I have heard that as well. Humble yourself. Well, that just means to make less of myself. That means to show modesty or low effort of one's own importance. That's the actual definition. Having or showing modest or low estimate of one's own importance. No. I can assure you, me, Hope, I will never do that. Show low estimate. If I have to estimate myself and lessen it for your comfort, fantastic, and getting better in every moment, Jessica. That's not comfortable for me. And it speaks more of your discomfort with that, with me. And again, that has nothing to do with me. That actually has everything to do with you. And often that is offset onto the opposite person. And when he said, oh, I get it. Okay. It was a beautiful moment of like, especially, it's not that you don't see many, it's the fact that you saw one. So the fact that you see one means that you've seen many. It's the fact that you see me means it exists. And thank you, EJ. So it was a beautiful moment because I am a wordsmith. I can eloquently describe my train of thought or what I would like to come into your existence. And that is a craft, that is a tool that I purposely harness in every moment. And it was a beautiful connection of this meaning of humble that to me was misconstrued and is often misconstrued, and just my thought of it. And how, when it was received, it was understood. And how beautiful that is. And how beautiful that felt. Especially in that moment with another young woman, with an 8-year-old young girl. Because I have experienced at times having the female voice. And maybe someone wanted it not to be so powerfully loud. And how that can be uncomfortable for myself, regardless of gender. We all deserve to be heard in our own individual ways. And so, we finished our hopia, coconut pudding, finished the conversation, and he said, okay, let's go to the plumeria farm. So I said, you see, it keeps getting better. We didn't even know this was going to happen. He said, yeah, we're not going to head up to the waterfall. We will go towards this other area of the island here in Hawaii, and we will go towards this plumeria farm. And on this plumeria farm are over 50 different varieties of plumerias. So, at this farm, as we leave my home, he tells Stella, grab the paint. And I said, okay, so we can paint at the plumeria farm? Oh, it just keeps getting better. Tyson, here, Stella, take the paint. I'll go grab some canvases. I have an easel. There's brushes already in the bag. It just keeps getting better and more creative and more beautiful in every moment. So we hop in his truck and we drive towards this plumeria farm. And thank you. Me too. I love flight attendants. Good day. Oh, I haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you. So we drive to the plumeria farm. However, thank you. We drive past and we go to this golf course, which I love because I love the manicured gardens. However, what's even more beautiful is I'm a lover of architecture. And I love mid-century modern architecture. And one of the gifts that I received is, you're welcome. Thank you, Lydia. I appreciate you. We went past the plumeria farm unknowingly, but that was purposeful. Now I say it's purposeful. The universe is looking out for me because this golf course, the main building is a Frank Lloyd Wright. Is it Frank Lloyd Wright? Constructed building. Or is it Gary? Frank Lloyd. Yes. Anyway, this building is beautiful. It's one of these buildings that would be an architectural digest. And I'm looking at this like, oh my gosh. Thank you. Well, that's why I'm a speaker. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. That means I'm right on track. And I'm looking at this beautiful mid-century modern architecture and just looking over the whole island and Haleakala and I can see the different bodies of water and the pastures, and it just keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better. We didn't get lost. To me, that was the universe saying, no, Hope needs to see this because she loves this. So we got to see that, and we come back down, and his friend, Tyson's friend, had purchased about 20 acres where he grows all of these different plumerias. And you can order these plumerias online. Yes, I will. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad you got to see me before productivity. Have a fantastic evening. And we park. And we hop out of the car, and his friend's name is Michael. I say, hi, Michael. He said, hi, Hope. This is my plumeria farm. Let me show you around. And I'm like, wow, it keeps getting better. So we walk around this plumeria farm, and he says, okay, so Hope, this is our first variety of plumerias. And this is very fragrant. It smells of strawberries. I said, oh, wow, look at this. And it does smell so good. Okay. And there's just acres. And I am a learner. I love to learn. So I'm learning about the different plants and their different characteristics and how they bloom and which are the top sellers and how they were crossbred. And there was a series of this. Yes. And as I said, it keeps getting better. And I didn't know. I left the house going to Starbucks and going to the beach, and now this is happening. And so he is saying a lot of these were named after one of the scientists who was crossbreeding them, women in his life. I said, ooh, I need to meet this scientist because that is what I need. I need a flower. I need a plumeria named after me, okay? Need that now. Writing that down of the book of things I want in my life. I need a flower named after Hope, okay? So he said, smell this, and he hands me this one, and it just kept getting more beautiful. And then he said, well, this is one of actually our top sellers, especially for leis on the island, because it's crossbred and it has the pink and the orange. So then there's this one. I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. Yes. I love this. And then he said, oh, okay. So if you like this, then this one, it only blooms at this time, but it's slightly smaller. So it only gets to this size, but it's just as bright, and smell it. So I'm just walking around, didn't even know I was going to be at a plumeria farm, and my hands are filling up with these plumerias. He said, okay, if you like that, well, let's change up the color. Instead of pink, then we have this, which is if you go to the Four Seasons, it's all around the Four Seasons. Smell that. I said, oh, hey, good evening, David. That smells great. He said, okay, so what? If you like this yellow one and you love these bright fuchsia ones, now look at this. Now this is a crossbreed of both of those. And the beautiful thing is you get the yellow and the pink, and the tips are pink, but it's not the tips. It's actually the back of the plumeria has this cascade of pink. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this, it just keeps getting better. And so I'm collecting this handful of these plumerias, and my hands are smelling of these beautiful flowers that I did not know was going to be a part of my experience. He said, oh, well, Hope, exactly, yes. And then Hope, well, this one is even better because you see how this has the yellow. This is more white, and it only has 4 petals. So this, and then if you turn it over, it's white. I'm like, this, it just keeps getting better. Like my hands are overflowing with these plumerias. He said, oh yeah, and then after we're done, you tell me your favorites, and I will cut you a stalk, and they easily grow in your home. Or what I recommend, which is what I did, take the plumerias that I gave you and just drop them in the water, and they'll stay for like 7 to 10 days, and they're very fragrant and they're beautiful, and you can just have them, but they stay quite well in water. So just layer them in some water and have them floating. And what's even better is then the water smells of the plumeria, so you can put that in a spray bottle and spray it around your home. And I'm like, it's already done. It's already done. Oh my gosh, that's already done. Even now my hands, like, and I kept saying, and it just keeps getting better, and it just keeps getting better. So it's me, it's Stella, it's her father, his friend Michael, and we're walking on this plumeria farm, gathering these beautiful flowers that I didn't expect, but I kept saying the moment I left my home, it just keeps getting better. Life, show me how beautiful this experience can be. Show me how lucky I am. Show me how abundant life is. Show me the beautiful energy that I put out. Show me how good it is. Show me how life just loves it. Show me. And I just say these things. And throughout this day, it just increasingly keeps getting better. And I thank you. I'll take that. Listen, Q-tips are all good. And as I'm walking around, holding all these flowers that are actually spilling out of my hand, the owner says, Hope, let me hold these flowers because they're really spilling out of my hand. I had 60 buds in my hands. Like they were all so beautiful. And he takes off his hat and he puts all of the buds in his hat and he carries them for me. I said, oh, I love that. I love a man to offer his hat to carry my flowers. Thank you, life. It just keeps getting better. And he said, you know what, Hope, you can come by at any time. Just send me a message and you can clip some. And they grow easily in your home. They will grow and they're very fragrant. They grow even better outside if you just clip it and plant it. They grow with ease, Hope. I said, whoa. Look how amazing this day is. Look at the abundance in this day. Look at the people that I've just met. And how in this human experience, we're all just experiencing it with love together in the best ways. And as I was leaving, well, we don't know that. We don't know that. She could be feeling beautiful. You better feel beautiful. Ain't no reason not to feel beautiful. As I say, I may look beautiful, but I feel even better than I look, okay? And that's what matters. As we left, I said, it just keeps getting better, and the sun is going down. And I said, thank you, Tyson. Thank you, Stella. Thank you for allowing me to enjoy this day with you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful. Thank you. And it keeps getting better because now we're heading back to the house and we got the bread that's going to be done. Look at that. I have all these beautiful flowers and now I'm going home to some fresh baked bread. And so we carry on back to my home and we arrive at my home. And I said, I know you guys are heading home, so just pop in real quick. I'm going to take the bread out of, I don't know if that, listen, I don't think that's if you can identify me as anything, I take it as a compliment. That means that you saw me and put it towards something that means something in your mind. I don't take anything as a negative. That's a compliment. Q-tips do a lot of good. Q-tips do stand out. They bright, they white, and they useful. I'm useful. That's a great thing. You see how I did that there? You see how I did that there? So, and I need some Q-tips. We arrive at the house. I say, come in real quick. And the timer went off, the bread was done. It was this beautiful crusty loaf with the sesame seeds on top. And I said, look what you made, Stella. Look at them sesame seeds all glistening at the top that you did. Look at that, girl, look at you. She was like, oh my gosh, Hope, I've never seen fresh made bread. I said, but now you have. So you can't even say that. And it's so easy. All you need is flour, yeast, salt, and water. That's it. That's it. What's up? What's up? What's up? So I take it out and I cut it, and you hear the oh, it's the best. Oh, that crust is like the best. Yes. I sure do. That's a compliment too. It comes out, I tell you, I switch it up. I know many languages, and I can speak my mama's language quite well. Okay. So I cut the bread. That's what my mom would say. Girl, cut the bread. Quit talking, cut the bread. That's what she would say. I know. Nothing like fresh bread. Fresh out of the oven. The whole house is smelling of fresh bread. Oh, even the warmth of the bread in your hands, it's like, oh my gosh, it's the best thing. It's the best thing ever. It really is. And so exactly, cut the bread. So I cut the bread and I hear that crusty loaf on top. It's nice, crispy, and you see all the steam come out from inside. And I say, here, try it. It was too hot for her hands. I said, I know it's hot, but still that crust. And so she tries it. She was like, it's the best bread ever. I said, it really is. It really is. And you helped to make it. And then her dad comes in. He said, I've never seen this, Hope. Actually, he said, like, I've never seen this, Hope. Because he's actually from, not Rhode Island. Maybe it's Rhode Island or Massachusetts, one of them. But he has like almost like a Boston accent, almost like Boston, but not quite Boston, but it's New Hampshire, like upper Northeast type of accent. Like when he talked, like I get them mixed up because it is. It's my, actually, as soon as I finish this statement, I'm going to take this off and bring it towards the camera. I get this mixed up because a Boston accent and a New York accent have similarities, but they're different. But he had that Massachusetts accent that is like coffee, like New York, kinda, but not as twangy. They have a different type of accent. And her father had that type of accent. So when he would talk, Hope, I'm so happy that we had this day. I mean, I'd never thought I would see fresh made bread. Like, this is awesome. That's how he would talk. He had a great accent. I need to practice it more because often I do it in a New York-like accent, and that doesn't do it justice. So I will perfect it. However, it was from the upper Northeast, as far Northeast as you can go. That's how he talked. And he said, wow, this bread. Yeah, like that type of accent. And we broke bread. And that's what I was thinking, like, look at us breaking bread. Like sharing bread, like my father's bread, we're breaking bread. We were strangers this morning, and we're friends now. And we're eating bread. That's like the most biblical thing you could probably do, to break bread with your neighbor and offer them a meal, especially bread that we constructed and his daughter constructed, and we ate the fresh bread. He was like, this is amazing. I said, okay, let me send you back with some. Do you want it? And this is with a man. See, I'm always thinking, I said, okay, I'll wrap it in wax paper to keep it soft, and then I'll put it in a bag, and then maybe I'll secure it with some foil. Would you like that? He was like, no, I was just gonna hold it in my hands. Like, of course a man would say, of course. You need all these elements. He said, Hope, this isn't gonna make it home. Like, we're gonna eat this on our drive home. I said, okay, I have some olive oil. Would you like some olive oil? He said, of course. So he puts some olive oil. I give him this takeaway bowl, put some olive oil and some nice kosher salt. I said, oh, I have this amazing balsamic, if you would like. He said, no balsamic. This isn't gonna make it. So I filled up the takeaway bowl with some nice, really high quality olive oil, like chef's kiss, like great olive oil, and put a good dash of kosher salt and that hot crusty bread. And I said, thank you for making this day magical. You have created the beauty that I intentionally spoke out loud that I would have in this day. He said, no, Hope, thank you. And thank you, like Stella loves you. I said, I love Stella. Like, we don't dim that light. I know about that. Don't dim it. Be you. Your gift is to show up. And show up. Not everybody will care that you showed up, but if you care, that's what matters. And we all embraced, and it was such a feeling of oneness with like humanity. And in fact, let's see if I have a picture. No, I have it on my other phone. Maybe I'll make a post about it. And I will make a post about the Plumeria farm, because Plumeria farm, all of these flowers. And it came from me saying yes. Yes. Celestial bodies, yes. For me saying yes, this day is excellent. For me saying yes, I am going to get up and ride my bike. For me saying yes, I'm going to get my tea. For me saying yes, I am going to go to the beach. For me saying yes, I'm going to, intuition is saying, ask this person. I'm saying yes. And for him to say yes, and for us to say yes. And as human beings, just allowing that human spirit element, regardless of our own unique differences, we created the most magical day, magical bond from saying yes. And this painting, let's see, you may be able to see it. I have lights, so it's like Celebrate the Hawaiian. And it's a really beautiful rendition of just native Hawaiian. And yeah, it does mean something to me, because I do meet everything with love and respect. So to have that in my home is purposeful. And I also have the goddess Pele, which is the goddess of fire, which I love. And how it's all just working. When we allow ourselves to shine, when we take that additional task of saying yes, of being open to life, of saying yes to life, the beauty that's always in store is the beauty that is for us to see. When we release any barrier, when we release the resistance that often we put on ourselves, the beauty of life that blossoms from that is the story I just shared. Because I said yes. Because it is always getting better. I believe that. Because I'm open to life. I'm open to the human experience. I'm not closed off. I don't say, I'm not going to ask this guy, this random white dude, like, no, this is a human experience. We often put these barriers on us, But once the barriers are removed, you see the true beauty in life and the abundance that is for us to experience. What barriers can you release now? What barriers are ready for you to push over and say, I don't even need this. I never even wanted this. Oh, I was given this by my parents. What barriers are self-imposed that are preventing you from letting the true beauty and oneness and uniqueness of life and maybe your own light to shine? Where is it? Ask yourself. You may even know what it is. Let it go. Let it go. So you can grow into the best that life is. So you can grow into the best that you are. So you can grow into the best experiences that are waiting when we release it. As I said, this all started because I said yes. And I had this feeling like this day is great. I just instinctually feel that. Now, I could have said, it's not going to be great. Why would it be great? No, it's going to be great. It's not for me to know how. I just know that it will. I just know to be open for it. I just know to say yes. I just know to show up. To show up. Regardless of what's going on. Regardless of what you feel is nagging you. And most of the time that's a bill or something that's not paid. I'm not going to do it because it's not paid. Check that out. Check this out. If it's not paid, not feeling happy doesn't pay it. If things aren't working out, typically to feel as best as you can is the solution. Not feeling good does not ever bring anything good because it compounds. So, this is a true story of me just saying yes. And I challenge you to say yes and to release your own barriers. I challenge you to say yes and show up. I challenge you to assume that it's getting better in every moment in whatever you do. Even if you're going to the grocery store, this is the best grocery store run I've ever had. I don't know why, but it is. And it just keeps getting better. And watch what happens. Because life is magical. Life is beautiful. Life is this melodic cadence of a song that we get to choose to listen to when we tune in. But often we're tuned out. Often we don't even have the volume up loud enough for us to enjoy it. Too often we don't even have it on. We're listening to everything else except the beauty of what life is. So I request for you to turn life on, turn it up, listen. Hear the different rhythms. Hear the cadence, hear the melodies, hear what you haven't been listening to. And I guarantee you it will lead you to something beautiful. It always does. But listen. And smell the flowers. Always smell the flowers. That's one thing I always say. Always smell the flowers, the roses, whatever flowers. When you walk by, smell a flower, it's there for you. Quit walking by these beautiful flowers without smelling the flowers. That's how my mom would say it. Stop and smell the flowers. Observe the beauty in life. Just observe. Thank you. Because life is beautiful, and I keep repeating that because I have to remind myself. So you may need some reminding too. And I'm a beautiful reminder to let you know. You're welcome. I love the pun. I love puns, especially anything with hope. I love it. Life is magical when you listen. Smell the flowers, because I have a bunch of plumerias, and create your own track. If you don't like what you're listening to, create your own track. And know it's always getting better. Start that tomorrow. Just say it's getting better. Just start saying it. Different times of the day, and it keeps getting better. Try it, please. Then come back and tell me how much better it gets. Because it will. And it got better for me because I took all of the flowers. This is just what I had remaining. And I made scented oil because I have like a ton of them. And so I stuffed them in a mason jar and poured oil over it and put it in a double broiler on the stove with water and boiled it for a little to release all the fragrance. And now I have some beautiful plumeria scented oil. So I smell like all these varieties of flowers. And what I had remaining, I just placed in water. However, that just came from, me saying yes. That is my story from yesterday. That was my real life. It was actually, I think I fulfilled it well with my words, although it was far better. My experience was just magnanimous in every way. However, I'm waiting to hear you tell me a story of similar nature. So now I'm going to go eat my bread. Okay, so I have it. Let me grab that. Hold on. And let me put this back. I think that's correct. Okay. Where is this shit? Okay, I usually set it, I'm surprised I don't have it here, but I usually have it with me. It's a Fenty shade, and I was a makeup artist before. I think it needs to come back into focus. I was a makeup artist, so it's a Fenty shade. I will find it. And I used it on my eyes and my cheeks. When I was a makeup artist, I always loved having like monochromatic, and you can always use anything multiple ways. So it's some Fenty lipstick shade. So thank you. And yeah, I just felt refreshed and renewed, especially I thought I was gonna burn on the beach. I really stayed out on the beach, and it was great. And because I'm so beautiful and golden, yeah, that's fantastic. Well, yeah, lipsticks, because lipsticks are, hey, how you doing? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am a feminine goddess. Thank you for addressing me in the proper manner. Lipstick are repeat offenders or repeat buyers. When I worked as an artist, and I love business, lipsticks are something that people will always come in for. They may not come in for a mascara, but you always will need your lipsticks. So that's something. How you doing? How you doing? North Carolina, what up, what up? I'll be there soon. I have some family there. Just like skincare within like a beauty brand is a repeat. So you may not always come for a mascara, but you'll always come for skincare. And skincare, when I worked for Lancome, you would have customers for 40 years. Those are excellent. So thank you for all the compliments. I did purposely wear white. I feel refreshed and renewed and like different, especially after my beach day yesterday and my time with Stella. And I feel great. I feel a lot of positive. I always feel positive. However, I feel uniquely momentous at this moment. There's a lot of beautiful changes. And I'm always encouraging of that uplifted state, because that's where beauty comes from. Thank you for my roses. Thank you for my gifts. And I will come back on. However, now I'm going to go eat my bread and make something to eat, because what did I have earlier? Oh, I made some lentil burgers. Yeah, I'm always making something delicious. However, I woke up, thank you. I woke up and I said, it's time to change it up. I've been on my bike and I love riding my bike. I may take a quick bike ride outside, but I woke up and said, it's back to running. So I got up and did like a nice 4 miles jog, and I'm always switching up my outdoor activities. Sometimes it's a sexy walk. Today it was a real intense jog and a lot of uphill, because why not? It works the legs out and the butt out and your back out. I love an intense workout and an intense run. So I just felt like I'm re-energized. It's time to get back to running, and I did that. So yes, I have been a runner since I was quite young. I was in club teams. It keeps you running, yeah. It does, yep. I keep myself running. I got to keep going. Got to get this energy moving. I was on club teams, and then I was a sprinter, and then I got into long distance, and I did cross country, and then I continued to do, yep. Oh, I see what you did there, Meg. I see what you did there. Another point for you. Another point for you. Mag in the chat was talking about the Doobie Brothers. I have some posts because I snuck into the Doobie Brothers concert, and also I have that on my YouTube page. I'll have to think of the name. I think it was How Far Will You Go? All of my lives, I come on live twice a day, Monday through Thursday. I don't have a set time because I do what I want when I want. However, if you love it and you miss it and you think, oh, maybe I missed a story, they're always posted on my YouTube channel, Hope is Speaking. Sometimes the same day, most of the time the day after. I post all of my lives, and it's a great time. It's so much fun. Our lives are great, and my life is great, because my life is my life. I just come and speak and encourage you. So I will also be doing like one of these TikTok dances, because every 1,000 followers, when I hit that new 1,000, and I'm about to hit 3,000, I think I was 14 away, I said I will start doing a TikTok dance challenge. And I am a great dancer anyway, I just don't do it. So that is my thing. So you may be seeing that like when we get off. So every time I hit another 1,000, I do another dance challenge. Does anyone have a suggestion for which one I would do? Because my niece, I'm always back. My niece, who is actually a dancer at her college, and she's a professional dancer. I don't know what a thing is. Is that a dance? Because I was thinking of the one, she went in reverse, clap when she walk, clap when she walk, she went to ass and revert, something like that. I was going to do that TikTok dance, but anytime I'm about to hit 3,000, when I hit 4,000, 5,000, I'll do a different. Okay, I'm going to do that one then. And I think I have to record it because I think during this live, I just hit 3,000. So I'm very excited about this dance challenge. I'm excited because, listen, I say I'm amazing at everything because I am. And why not? Why would I say, no, I'm just okay? No, that's stupid. And I remember someone saying, oh, you can't be amazing in everything. Like, yes, I can. And I don't like that you said that. You can't be, no, maybe you can't, but I can. I can just say the word. Why not? That's me. I'm Hope. I'm not going to say I barely do it. No, if I'm doing it, I'm doing it great, okay? If I'm making bread, it's the best bread you ever going to have, okay? You breaking bread with me, you breaking bread with someone great, okay? Don't come over here and say they can't be that great. You aren't that great. Get out of here. Leave me alone. That means that you will continue to speak down, and I don't do that. You actually don't have to say anything. So, that's it. Let me go record this because I think I just hit 3,000. There's all of these great things that are happening, and I need to cut and color my hair again. And exactly. And I love everything I do. If I don't like it, I'm not going to do it. Ask my mom and dad. They know. I would just say, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then I won't do it. But that has been great for me as an adult. As a child, probably not. I wouldn't not do it. I would just tell them I was going to do it, and then I wouldn't do it. But if I love to do it, yes. But you can't force me to do anything I don't like doing. So now I'm going to go eat and refresh, and then come back probably in 2 hours or an hour, probably 2, just to rest and think. And come back on live again because this was fun. I'm glad I got this story out, and I hope it was encouraging, enlightening, and you picked up the pearls of wisdom that I dropped. Okay? Because I'm always dropping pearls of wisdom. You gotta be smart enough to pick it up and string it together for yourself. I can only do what I can do, baby. That's it. I do it well, but it's up to you. It's up to you to pick up the pearls of wisdom. And I close every live with, be the reflection of the infinite love that you are, because we all come from an infinite supply of love. Show up. That's always a running theme in my speeches, just to show up. Like this story. I didn't have to. I showed up. All I had to do was show up, and then everything happened. So show up. Allow yourself to show up. Don't make the excuse, I'm not going to, I'm not. Nah, show up. Make it look good. Okay, well, listen, you may have to battle it out, but how do I know? How does that add to me? How does that add to me? Okay? You already know. I love a staff. I love a gardener and a maid and all of these things. However, show up. Make it look good. Make it look good. Because looking good is imperative. And know that it's always working out. Because it really is. Okay, I'll take that. You know what? Okay. If you're planting something in the name of hope, please speak positive intention that as it grows and blossoms, I grow and blossom into my best self. I would appreciate that. And I love you all. That's why I showed up this way. This is great. So now I'm going to eat. And like and share or not. Do whatever you want. I do what works for you. So I've said I'm going to leave 3 times, and this time I actually am. Thank you. I receive all the hearts, all the gifts, all the love, and I will be back later. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, hope is speaking. Ciao.